Hey, what's up, everyone? My name's Lionel. Hey, I'm your host for LT Productions, and you're watching I Watch You Watch. We are covering Raising Kanan. This is season 4, episode 6, Paying Fame. I appreciate everyone for coming to my channel. You know what to do. Like this video in support of me. You can share it. You can also leave your comments below. And if you're new, welcome here. Hit that subscribe button and turn on your notification button so you can be in on all the fun. All right, so let's get into this episode. Woo. One thing I will always say about Raising Kanan: you have to be patient, and they're always going to deliver. You know, you got a few episodes, especially in the beginning, where they are setting up what's going to be happening later on in the season, and you just got to be really patient and just see it all the way through. I love the navigation of how the writers really write this kind of story. It's not like the other powers. It's not like in a more advanced mode where it's just like pow, pow, pow. No, we're gonna tell a story here outside of making stuff move really fast. So I don't know who to start with, but probably gotta just go down the line. But we do start off with the repass of fame. They have it at Lou's bar that he helps manages. The Thomas family pour out the drinks. This one's for fame, blah, 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 blah. Rock's trying to somewhat get to Kane a little bit. She knows her boy, despite whatever they may be having going on as a feud. She knows her boy, and she knows that Kane is going to want to get revenge, and he's in his head. Rock tries to say something to him, not even trying to ruffle his feathers, and Kanan's biting his head off, her head off, and just getting smart with her. She just tells Juke, watch out for him, because he's going to need you, because he's in his head and he's going to want revenge. Little did Rock know that Juke wants revenge too. Fame's sister, who we know, I think her name, what was her name, Roxanne or Raquel? I think it was Roxanne, I think it is, I think. We know her from season 1, season 2. Wants to speak with Lou, and they kind of just catch up. Nothing else from that scene. Rock is handling out all her problems, and she goes and sees Terry's brother. Terry's brother is kind of like somewhat of a space cadet and doesn't take things serious. I think he's going to be a secret weapon. Like, right now, he's all over the place, but I think he's going to be a major asset to Rock in the end. Right now, he's just kind of flipping and talking this and that, and now he's able to free himself of his brother. He's sitting up here sniffing cocaine and all that stuff, you know. Marvin got really frustrated because he's like, as he's taking over Terry's position, what colors of the wall he needs to make this. Look, we need you to do this, da 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 da. So Rock goes outside and tells Marvin, look, this is your responsibility. And I think it has to do because you went on and pow Terry. And you're going to have to handle this. And he's a responsibility, and we need these trucks moving because we don't have no product, da 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 da. And she leaves. I really thought Rock was going to be more upset with Marvin than that. Maybe something else is coming up, and maybe not. But after what he did as far as pow and Terry. So it's like, okay, she knows what she's got to do. Rock goes and meets with the people, the one that's going to help her be a supplier. Anyways, Stefano is there. It looks like things are really amping up for Rock in that department as far as her being her own supplier. Unique goes and sees Sal. He said, hey, look, I'm getting some product and all that. I'm ready to start moving. I just need some money and muscle. And Sal's brother was like, look, I got to keep my hands clean. I would like revenge on Stefano, and also I think Rock, or your girlfriend Rock. And he's like, she's not my girlfriend. And he says it again, not at the same time, but I already told you that's not my girlfriend. I think right now, Unique is operating out of his feelings towards Rock. Right now, he got on the shield. Maybe in season 5 he'll break it at some point. I don't know. But he's trying to mask it, and I know he wants what he thinks is rightfully his. I get that too, but I kind of just think that there's going to be a lot of layers to Unique. and also his psychoticness. This episode, I'm starting to feel him again, because it was like, what are you doing? You just look a mess out here. But Sal said, look, I want revenge on Stefano, but I can't do it. As far as, basically, if I do it, or anything to that nature, it's going to be bad juju on me. And I'm good as in the grave as him. So, he says, look, I think Uni came into agreement saying, we'll just be cool water and then spring up like a hot spring later on. So Sal's brother gives him somebody in Newark to contact, and he can help him out. Cool. Kanan is out to find out who did this to Fame. He talks to his, I'm gonna call him Short Boy, and says, look, if you need some money, I can help you out. I guess that they were almost out of supply and all that good stuff. And he's like, look, I will pay you hefty if you go and find out some information. Well, the Short Boy goes and finds out. And there are some boys that are trying to avenge Freddy's death. They hear about that, and of course, Kanan's going to make good on his promise. Juke is becoming who we know her to be. She's in this warehouse. She's got this gun, and she's, I guess you want to call it just target practicing or whatever, and really loving it. She gets back home, and Marvin was like, Juke, where the hell you been? And he knows that his gun is missing. She took it. And he asked her, I asked you about, are you good? Because I know how Army life could possibly be towards you. And she said, maybe as an Army, or maybe this is the stuff that I've been around all of my life. But it's not starting with the Army. And Marvin said, this is not the road that you want to go down. You're going to end up being like me. Well, Juke said, well, I'm a part of you, so I'm just gonna be just like you. Again, Marvin's like, this is not the way I wanted it for you. I'm only good for one thing. I hate that about Marvin. I hate that. Some people just, who have trained themselves to think that this is the best that they could ever be. I hate that for him. Oof. But obviously something has flickered and turned on. She said, maybe it's always been there. I don't think it's the Army, and I think I've just been running from it. And now I'm ready to possess all of it. Lou goes and sees Mama Thomas. That Mama Thomas is one manipulative person. She ends up telling him in regards to what she asked for Marvin to do. She said, I wasn't going to ask you because you're too soft. You're soft. And she didn't say too soft. And Rock is too hard. And Lou said, you really know how to really bring a person down low. And I'm glad, Lou. Then she proceeds to, I feel, manipulate him to try to get him to off her. She said, look, all you got to do is just do it in my sleep. It could be like I'm going to sleep, and you can give me the morphine, da-da-da-da-da. Let me die with some dignity, da-da-da-da-da. She's a manipulator. Lou didn't fall for it. He just said, look, it's not about what, if I do this, what it would do to you. It's about what it'll do to me. He goes to an AA meeting because he knows that his feelings are out of whack, especially dealing with this whole famous situation. And possibly his mom. I don't think he mentioned her. Roxanne, Raquel, whatever her name is, meets with Lou. They talk a little bit, and she came up with a solution to kind of comfort Lou, and they have sex. Lou was also, beforehand, Lou was talking with the rapper dude that he got out of jail. And he was like, your lyrics and what you're rapping about just doesn't sound too real. It doesn't sound too real. It sounds very repetitive. Can you make some metaphors, something? Be creative with your music. It's like you're spitting, but it's just like, okay, it's the same old thing. We need something different. Rapper takes offense to all that stuff, and he was ready to pick a fight with Lou. And Lou was about to go there, and that's when the sister came in and all that good stuff. So probably a day or so later, that A&R girl that Lou started sleeping with comes in. She sees some jewelry, and she knows it's from Roxanne. You know what I'm talking about, Fame's sister. And of course, she's upset about that because she already asked, "Are you involved with this person or not?" And he said no. Old feelings came, and he had a time last night. Let's just say that much. And y'all ain't official. All y'all did is just sleep together. Detective Garcia comes to Fame's mom and now wants her help in trying to find out who did this and that. She said, well, he came to you for help. And then all of a sudden he's gone, and when I came to you about it, you didn't really care. And he's trying to say, well, you know, Fame wasn't a innocent party in all of this stuff. Really trying to be manipulative. The mom wasn't really going for it and just said, get out. I don't think she said get out, but I can't help you. Get out of here. I'm just paraphrasing. So, what's the next one? Juke and Kanan, they go see about these folks. What, did she say something? When did Crystal say something to Kanan? I don't know. Anyways, we'll deal with Crystal in just a minute. Kanan and Juke, they go visit these boys. They said that they didn't do this, we swear, because they was about to blow their heads off. And they ended up saying that they heard about these dirty cops. Ended up offing Fame. Kanan said, because Juke was ready to take their heads off. And Kanan was like, maybe we need to look out for this and just check this out. Or was it Juke? I forget which one it was now. Juke said, look, if you guys are lying, we're coming for everyone in your family and then to you. So it looks like there's a cover-up scheme from some cops. And it looks that way because like y'all just left that body somewhere, because we were trying to figure out what happened to Fame. Because it was so weird that you were in police care and then boom, we never hear nothing, and then now we've seen what happened to him in the last episode. So Rock visits Kanan's home and talks with Crystal. You know, do you know where Kanan is? She said she don't know. She don't keep tabs on him. And she said, I think it would be best if you do, as far as he's not in his right headspace. And she said, I'm not even here to come at you or anything of that nature. Just, I need you to watch out for Kanan in this time and tell him that I'm looking for him. Crystal has a conversation with Kanan saying, look, I know you're going through this, but this ain't good. You know, don't let this fester and take over you, because Fame wouldn't want you to do that to yourself. I don't think Kanan's going to listen to. Who has Kanan really listened to in these 4 seasons? Probably Juke the most. But that's cool. That's it for that. Anything else from Marvin? Marvin went to that dude that's helping out Unique, but I forgot what they said. Now, the rapper ended up going someplace, and I think he's planning something very crazily against Lou and the AR person, and the label guy, not the AR person. I really didn't understand the language that they were talking, so I was like, okay. I listened to it twice and just didn't understand. Unique, he's getting himself back together. He's out of the hoodie, got his jewelry back on, got a nice shave, all that good stuff. I'm loving it from him. Like, okay, so this is Unique. I need it. Probably in the last episode is when I was like, okay, now you got some sense. Because all this other crap that you was doing just wasn't, it was just you being irrational. And to me, it was like you were writing, like he was written like Ronnie last season. Like, what? It just didn't make sense. He gets all glammed and all that good stuff. Rock comes home. And I gotta make sure I'm not missing nothing else. And I don't think I am. She turns on the lights, and then we see that a window's open, and then boom. Unique finally reveals himself to Rock. Next episode looks to be chaotic, and I can't wait for it. As I said, this show will make you wait, but will deliver on its promises. I can tell you that much. So we got to see how this goes. In regards to Rock and Unique, I don't think Unique is going to listen to Rock for a long time, but I just don't think that his feelings for Rock have dissipated like he's trying to act like they are. I'm trying to make sure I didn't forget nothing. I still think that A&R lady, I don't know if we can trust her. But since things are going into a more chaotic way with Lou and this rapper dude, I'll leave her to the side and concentrate on somebody else at the moment. I'm trying to think. I didn't see anything else. I don't think. No. Fame's mom and sister. Fame's sister is taking her mom to LA. She's done with Jamaican Queens, and she tries to get Lou to come with her, and he says no, of course. It looks like Lou is getting back into the game a little bit. It looks like it. But he's been very emotional concerning Fame, so anything could happen at this point. He doesn't want to go back into alcoholism, though. I don't know what they're going to do with Mama Thomas. Mama Thomas, you could by now start administering your own stuff, so I don't have no words for you because you are very weird when it comes to your children, unfortunately. So y'all let me know what y'all thought of this episode. And I wasn't pissed off at Kanan this episode. He's not talking to his mom, but I would like to know, when are you going to be nice to your mom? When are you just not going to be so angry, carrying this grudge around? You know, you've been carrying it around for a while. Let's see something else out of you. How about that? Just my opinion. Let me know in the comments what you think. What are you looking forward to? And all that good stuff. But I appreciate everyone for coming to my channel. Like this video. Also, you can support this video by sharing and leaving your comments. And subscribing if you're new. And until the next one, peace.